Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Do you know that time when you're studying English and at first it's like, I can do this. I'm making progress. I'm making progress. And then suddenly it feels like you are not making any progress? That's what I'm going to talk to you about today. And I'm going to tell you a real story about a student I had that had a completely different experience. And I'm going to tell you how she did it. Welcome to English Coach 3Ts. If we haven't met, my name is Tanya. I am the teacher who created our She Speaks Fluency program for women. And if this is your first time here with me live, I'd like to meet you and get to know you. So put your name in the chat. Let me know where you're from. And also, one of the great benefits about being here live or 24 hours after I post this live and you watch the recording is that I get to chat with you here in the live chat and also in the comments below. So, why do we need to listen to stories like this one? This story is going to tell you exactly why if you don't know already. So today you are going to be learning vocabulary and phrases. And believe it or not, you're also improving your grammar just by being here and listening and interacting. So putting things in the chat, writing things that you hear, writing things that are interesting to you, asking me questions, telling me things about the story that you find that you can relate to, meaning, yeah, I understand that. I get that. That's happened to me too. Okay, so this was a student that I had on Zoom for about a year. And like I said, she was making the usual progress quickly. And then it kind of felt like, yeah, I know there's progress because I can see that she's learning things. But for her, it felt like there was no progress. So we would look for ways for her to see her progress because this can be very helpful. Have you ever felt this way? Have you ever felt like I'm studying and nothing is happening? I still can't speak. I still don't know what to say, or I understand everything. Everything I listen to, I can understand, but I can't listen to native speakers when they speak. Or I understand everything, but when I want to speak, I just, I don't know. I either get too shy or the words don't come out or it feels like I don't know anything. So welcome everyone. I see Pakistan, Vietnam, Morocco, Poland. This is awesome. Elena says, I always wanted to be here on your live stream videos. I'm so glad you're here today, Elena. And Cloudemir asks, how am I? Thank you for asking. I'm doing great. I'm having a great day. I was away at a wedding this weekend, so I got to enjoy more of Southern California than usual. If you haven't heard me say, I live in Southern California in the United States, but I rarely get out of my tiny town. I'm kind of a tiny town girl. I'm not really into the city, and I like to go to the city occasionally, and I love to go to the beach occasionally, but mostly I like to be in my little mountain town. All right, I see people from the Ukraine and Finland and Brazil. Welcome, welcome. So what did this girl do? Because this person who I was teaching took the biggest jump in her fluency that I had ever seen. I'm not kidding you. Like, she was going along learning and things were going pretty well. And then poof, it was like more fluency than I ever saw, faster than I ever saw it. And let me tell you, I know that all the teachers out there will agree with me who are teaching a language. The students who are doing things between class, so you have class, then you have another class. The students who are doing things between the class We know who these students are because their fluency is faster. Having classes and knowing what to do in between the classes is one of the keys to becoming fluent because of consistency. We need to be regular with our practice. So this gal was being regular with her practice. What do I mean when I say gal? A gal is the opposite of guy. We don't use this word as often as we use the word guy. We'll say, hey guys, when we mean everyone, or a guy is a man. But a gal is a woman, a young woman, or even a girl, just like guy can be for a man, a young man, or a boy. And so this gal was obviously doing things between the classes. In fact, in addition to taking a class with me, she was also taking a classroom class. So, in other words, she was taking classes in the classroom, the traditional style with a teacher who stands up front and the students all sit out in their desks and the teacher tells them what to do, and they have a book and they probably do a lot of writing and maybe a little bit of speaking, and it just wasn't working for her. That's why she started to take classes with me. So the combination of the classroom class and the online class with me was helping. And also a big part of what she and I were doing together was um, working on her confidence to speak. And this was really helping her. This is one of the reasons I've created my She Speaks program for women who want to be fluent faster, is because I can see it in my students when I work with them. And so I wanted to make this available to more women at a price that was more affordable to more women. So if you want to have more information about that, I'll put the link below so that you can get on the wait list and get some information while you're waiting to see if this is a kind of community, the kind of program that will work for you. So click that link down there. So this gal, like I said, she was doing things in between so I could see progress. It wasn't like she was going along, no progress, no progress. I could see that there was progress in her fluency. So what happened that all of a sudden we went from progress to a huge jump? One day I was talking to her and I was like, your fluency is getting better so fast. I've never seen anyone get more fluent this quickly in my classes. It's like you are doing something magic. She was like, no, I'm doing the same things. And we were talking more, and she was doing the things that I was asking her to do. And I was like, there's got to be something different. And then later on in our conversation, she was talking about a television show that she was binge watching. If you haven't heard this phrase, to binge watch, I'll put it in the comments here in the chat. To binge watch is when you find a show that has a lot of episodes. Let me put this in the chat. I hear a lot of students say this word incorrectly. Episodes in a television program are kind of like chapters in a book. So this particular program that she was watching had hundreds of episodes, a lot of episodes. And she was binge watching, meaning she would start watching a show and then she'd watch the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. And she did this in a short amount of time, where not like in a week, but over just a few months. And she said, this is taking a lot of my time. And I said, yeah, but you're becoming fluent a lot faster and you're enjoying it. You're loving it. You are finding it to be very fun. So fun that she almost couldn't stop herself. She knew that she should be sleeping and going to bed, turn the TV off, but instead she was watching another episode of her show. And it was incredible that watching this was helping her to become more fluent in speaking. But here's the key. There's two keys. And if you have been live with me before, you might be able to guess what the keys were. Can you guess what it was that made this work for her? Put your comment in the chat or in the comments below, and I will look. I'm getting good at that, by the way. Did you? I thought I got it correct, but pardon me. Okay, let's see here. Lena says, yes, what I feel every time I'm going to the US in 2 weeks and I'm feeling what did you explain just? I am never enough. This feeling of I am never enough is one of the things that will make us stop being fluent very fast. We have to stop this feeling. And whenever we hear this, we don't really hear it, but when we notice that we're thinking this, because we don't say it really, we don't say, I'm not enough, my English isn't good. We do say that. Stop saying my English isn't good. If you hear yourself say that, stop it immediately and change it to something like, I'm learning, I'm getting a little better every day because I'm not good enough, my English is bad. Saying those things to ourselves is really, really, really bad for your fluency. So let's see if anyone has guessed what this gal did. She watched the show. She binge watched the show. But what else do you think she was doing? Pardon me. What else do you think she was doing? I'm going to have a drink of my tea while you write your comment. Write it in the chat or write it in the comments below. And let's see if we can think of what she was doing. I see that some people came for the live and then they had to go. You can do that. And if you just joined us, don't forget to go back and watch the first part of this so you get the first part of the story and then keep watching because this is what this gal did. She watched the shows not once, sometimes 2 times, sometimes 3 times. But the key to this is that she was really enjoying the process. Now, here's another key. She was already quite advanced in her fluency. So the show she was watching, she could understand it without subtitles. She didn't understand every word. In fact, there were times that she didn't understand a little part of what was happening, but she just kept watching. And then the next time she watched it, it made more sense to her. She could understand it more. Elena said maybe she was shadowing. This is a really great guess. She was not shadowing because she wasn't trying to learn English. She didn't know that she was getting more fluent by doing this. She was doing it because it was fun and it was in English. So this is another key, is that it was a fun thing to do, something that she enjoyed. But here is the biggest thing she did. Then when she came to class, she would tell me all about the show, all about the characters, which character she liked best, what was happening. She couldn't wait for the next show, when the next show was coming out, what was happening to each of the characters, what happened a long time ago in the show, and everything her friends thought about the show. And this was huge. This was huge because she was talking about what she listened to. So we call this input. She listened to it. She watched it. It was coming into her mind. And then she was thinking about it and telling me about it in English. Not perfectly, but very, very good. She was very, very good. And she did not get all of her mistakes corrected. She was okay with making mistakes. all of the things that you've heard on my channel, on different channels about it's okay to make mistakes, she got over it. We say we get over something when we start to be okay with it. We stop feeling bad about it. In fact, you'll hear people just say, get over it, as like an exclamation. Just get over it. But you could also hear them say, she got over it. She got over it. She stopped feeling bad, is what I'm going to write here for you. She stopped, I can't type today. She stopped feeling bad about her mistakes. So, my suggestion to you is that you go and find things that you can understand, even if you've watched them before. Watch them again, listen to them, and then tell somebody about it, or tell your plant about it, or talk about it when you're driving, or tell your children or your dog. Tell anybody about it. And if you really, really, really want bonus points, like you really want to make sure that you're getting the most out of it, then you could write about it too. But remember, enjoy the process. Make it fun. Find ways to make it fun. Laugh while you're doing it. Do something to make the process as fun as possible. Do you have any more questions for me? If you do, I did it. Put it in the chat or in the comments if you're listening to this recording. And let's see. I watched many of your videos, but this is my first time to go live with you. Welcome. I'm so glad to see you here. I have seen you in the comments before. I always appreciate all of your comments. And when you share my videos with your friends and family who are learning English, this means a lot to me. And it's also one of the best ways that you can help me. Marcos, it's your first time here too. Great. It's great to see all of you live from even more countries, Argentina. Let's see here. Italy, Brazil. I can never say this. What did I just do? Oh my goodness. I made the screen really big all of a sudden. It's great to see all of you in this city. I can never say this word. Sao Paulo, Brazil. Did you hear what I just said? I said I can never say this word. This is something I tell my students, don't do that. Don't say I could never say it. If you have someone who is patient and will listen and help you, you can say it. It might take time, but you can say it. I have learned to say words that I thought I could never say, like estadounidense, which is Spanish for American. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm American. I'll never be able to say estadounidense. I just said it. Did I say it perfectly? Probably not, but so much better than it was when I first tried to say it. Okay, I'm going to check to see if there are any more questions. Hello, hello. And I'm going to put this last thought for you. Progress, not perfection. This is something to focus on for becoming fluent. And if you want to do what this student that I talked about today in this story, if you want to do it for yourself, then I suggest you go to one of my story videos, and I'll post one here after I have posted this as a recording so that you can go right there and listen to it and use all the tips you heard in the video today. And I will look forward to seeing you live. If you can join me on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Los Angeles, California time, I'll see you there. Bye.